fashion movement, starting right here after these messages.
Rock influenced outlandish garb, feathers maybe, or sequins, leather, a torn t-shirt, men in spandex and lip gloss, women in bangles, spangles, and spacesuits. For over 3 decades now, the people who play rock and roll have beguiled us not only with their special brand of music, but with their special brand of fashion imagery. There's no mistaking a rock star for the average man on the street.
The interplay between rock and street style has been a constant since the early 50s. Today, rock-inspired fashion shows up everywhere, from high school dances to Paris runways to other rock stars. From the minute the world got its first look at Elvis Presley, the parameters of pop chic would forever be set by rock stars and their followers. It took Elvis Presley's cool to make the world take notice, but in some ways, pop fashion was born a decade earlier, with the voluminous shape and drape of the zoot suits worn by hip cats like Cab Calloway.
Now here's a very entrancing phrase. It will put you in a daze. But to me it don't mean a thing, 'cause it's got a very peculiar swing. Zah Zuh Zah Zuh Zah Zuh Zah Zuh. Zah Zuh Zah Zuh Zah Zuh. Whoa, Zah Zuh Zah Zuh Zah. Zah Zuh Zah Zuh Zah Zuh. This is Zah Zuh Zah Zuh Zah. This is Zah Zuh Zah.
The zoot suit was replete with it was righteous, man. It was dipped from the top of your, you know, from your lid to your treaders, you know, and you were sharp. Everybody said, man, look at that cat. He is really, really coming on. He is talked from his conch to his stomps. Got on a thread there that will gash you.
The first time, obviously, that I was really impressed was when I first saw footage of Cab Calloway in the zoot suit, the 1940s zoot suit with the long jacket and the baggy trousers and the exaggerated fedora, the two-tone shoes, etc., etc. I was really wowed by that, so much so, of course, that it influenced me greatly. And it's really a hype. You know, it's a peacock approach of, look at me. You know, I'm trying to make a statement. Look at me, I'm outrageous. And that's what the whole notion of the zoot suit was in the beginning. Of course, when Cab took it from the Chicano movement, he was using it as a come-all, a catch-all for theatrical purposes. There was no rebellion there, so to speak, other than to say it was a good way to dress, an interesting way to dress, a glamorous way to dress.
He is the closest thing to me that I have ever seen.
Maybe I need someone who isn't undone. Maybe an older woman tolerate me. Maybe that certain someone, older and wiser woman. Maybe the perfect someone satisfy me. For sure. And like I keep his body clean. And like I don't use makeup too. And like I don't drink alcohol. And like I use no drug at all. And like I don't eat any sweet. And like I don't eat piggy feet. And like I pray I'll never be like every guy. No, every guy.
Up until the 50s, most fashion trends were launched by big screen idols. Even Elvis Presley, rock's first style innovator, patterned himself after film stars like Marlon Brando, Tony Curtis, and James Dean.
Early R&B singers like Little Richard and Chuck Berry cornered the market on fashion flash in the 50s. That is, until Elvis got into the act. Legend has it that as a kid, Presley dressed to look like the truck drivers he saw hanging around Memphis.
His hair was red, but he dyed it black. Why? Because he hung out downtown parts of Memphis, where only black guys were hanging around. And what did they sell in those black little shops? Big pink jackets, wide shoulders, this whole incredible peacock-like look that was flash and went perfect to the beat. Why? Because he emulated these black performers, I guess, who traveled around in little circus acts, playing blues, rhythm and blues, all sorts of music that he finally got inspired by and harnessed. And I suppose it was the first white man to dress up and dance and sing like a black man. And he became an outrageous phenomenon which everybody wanted to emulate.
And I just thought he was outrageous and daring and wonderful. And I saw nothing wrong with the way he presented himself. I thought it was wonderful. And it was something to make people a little excited.
Some of the men have been very powerful in changing what had already been and saying, now look at this. I mean, Elvis was totally outrageous and fantastic. And in the way he looked, I mean, how could you not think this guy is incredible?
Oh, hey, little